other my one other card. So excuse me 1 second. Is down here. When you need it. It didn't actually help much. But anyway, anyway, um, yeah. So, I mean, that's the main thing is like, I mean, I love sports. I can't play them like I used to. That's frustrating. Another one of the frustrating things I find that I think everyone at the Ranger will find is reconnecting with society more. I mean, I was awake and my friends did visit. I saw my friends a lot. They're great. And in my years here at home at rehab and stuff, but I basically was. I mean, I was just couldn't really do much. I could stay at home and talk to them for a second, and I was too tired or not physically able to go out and do what they do when you're 23, 25. And so I kind of I lost those 2 years. It's a bit dramatic, but I was definitely didn't connect with society like my age group like used to. Of course, now I've also been living away for 4 years at university, and then another 2 years. And geez, I've been away for most of this past at least decade, 15 years, I guess, no, 13. And so that's probably a lot to it too. But the fact that I mean, haven't been able to really enjoy life as a 25-year-old, 24-year-old, because I was physically limited for doing that. So that's one of the tougher things I find is getting back to, I mean, I feel like I'm doing a good job. I mean, I meet people, friends, and stuff. I connect with my friends, obviously. I'm meeting new people, and they've all been great. So I can't say that's really, I mean, my ability to meet friends, but it's limited my ability to, it limited the past, limited my ability to really get out there and enjoy like life as I expected to when I was that old, when I was 23, 24. But I think that's actually one of the more important parts that people haven't forgotten with brain injury. People assume, your brain injury, you just spend your time rehabbing, because once you're physically able, then it's worth it taking 2 years off from society or, doing this. It's worth it when you get back on your feet. But really, I mean, that's only really a small part of the problem. I mean, a lot of times people get irritable. We've been like brain injured people like get irritable, and can get these bad like personality changes. But really, a lot of times people are in a brain injured, people talk to them, and it's very not necessarily condescending, patronizing manner, and that's the reason they're getting frustrated and annoying, because people are always talking to them like they're like 2 years old, and that I mean, I think it's a mix of like social and physical. It's good to. It's good. I can't just focus on just physical, because obviously for me that was very important. But I mean, and I didn't. I mean, I tried to get out there, and so I mean, I think the bit of socializing I actually did was obviously great. But and I think that helped me. It's just when I got there, maybe some say I shouldn't have started work so early. I mean, like 5 years after my injury. 4 years after my injury, I was. 2 years I was back at school, 4 years out in a different province in the workforce on my own. But it's something I need to do. I mean, I can't just sit here and can't just like stay at home and do nothing for long, just actually getting physically better. I mean, I think that's really not even talking one issue, but you're talking like no issues by doing that, because the whole point of getting physically better is to do things you do to socialize. Like when you go for runs or go to the gym with people, you play on sports teams with people. But if you don't meet them ever, just because you're at home getting better, what's the point really? And I guess that's one of the harder parts that I found. But I mean, I think I've addressed that well for myself. But I find that one of the harder parts, one of the hardest parts of being injured. I guess that's more my age now. When I was injured, I was 23, so it wasn't exactly a prime time for injury, but it was a prime time because I was in good shape. I was young. I could recover, whereas, I could recover a lot better than other people. I think a lot of that actually has to do with the fact that, I mean, when I I mentioned this in the paper yesterday, that I was in the best shape of my life, no doubt, when I was injured. And I really think that one of the main things I actually physically recovered the way I did. Because, I mean, I understood my body, understood what I could do when the physio told me to do something. And that was, and no, it's I don't know what I'm saying now. But I'm fine. Anyway, I seriously said that's, set all this. Oh, I guess I should note this now. This is going back, but I got to lead into the next speaker. When I was flown back, what they do when you're injured is they take part of your, well, I guess Dr. Maroon is better to talk with this, but they take part of your bone flap of your skull out to let your brain swell. And so that was done in Victoria. And then I flew back here on September 11th. And that was before they get my bone flap back in. So I was flown back with my head in like a bandage. I don't know if I could touch the brain, I forget, but I know I've tried. And anyway, and so then they flew me back with my bandage and the bone flap back in a separate container, obviously. And when I was back here for a week, I don't even know how long it was, because it was probably more of a blur, because I couldn't sleep or anything. But Dr. Moon actually put my bone flap back in place, and so I can thank him for that. I can't see him now, but yeah, so he actually operated on me as he put my bone flap back in. And I guess that'll end my talk. I'll answer questions, obviously. And should I show my slide?
Yeah, I just wanted to let people know that there is a microphone, because this is being audio taped and videotaped. So there's a microphone in the middle of the room if you'd like to ask a question. I'd like to ask a question.
Okay.
You're walking. Obviously, if you're walking down the street, people can notice that you have a walking problem.
Yeah.
Have you had any issues with that in the public and what people perceive you, because they don't know you have a brain injury, right?
Well, not. I'm going to hear me back here. Is this any good or okay? Not so much now, because now it's more of a limp, I guess. But when I went into Ottawa in 07, maybe 4 years out, my walking was a lot worse, even 06, and especially 06. But it was worse, and I got some looks, and some people obviously think I'm drunk, or like that's the main thing. People look at like, oh, move it out of the way, and they push you not down, but they push out of the way. They like even especially if I go to like a bar or any crowded place, even people my age will be knocking the like you're walking it's like 10 in the morning, you're drunk, like, oh, you're an idiot, but I mean, so that was a big issue I found. Not big issue, but for me, I mean, wasn't a big important issue. But then when I'd be out and I'd come back, I'd get I'm necessarily depressed, but that really pissed me off. I get angry at times but I found actually swimming has really helped me. My walking a lot, bounce back, and the big thing with walking out, especially in St. John's, because the roads are not good, is like curbs are, I mean, I gotta mind those, but actually sidewalks are fine for when they lower down, they're dipping the curb. Find that easier now. Find curbs a lot easier now than they were, but I gotta mind just walking across the street, like downtown. I can't just easily walk across the street and hop on the curb, because I gotta mind my footing, where I can't, like, set up my double vision, where I can't see down. I kind of misjudge of it, so I gotta make sure that I'm where I need to be in relation to the curb to step up. In the winter here, walking is impossible, because the socks are applied. I can't really, when I walk, my left side is really weak, and that's the side that I kind of end up walking towards. I kind of end up leaning that way a bit when I walk. If I don't drift much, I walk, but as I used to. But if I do, it's kind of that way. So I can't really risk that by walking on the side on the road in this unplowed city, and getting hit by a car. And like, I mean, frankly, the recognition of sidewalk of crosswalks. I mean, well, the traffic lights obviously you can, but I mean, crosswalks are barely recognized, and the streets aren't plowed, so it's not the roads. The sidewalks aren't plowed, so it's not the best day to face the scanning dream when you want to walk outside because it's made very difficult. But and now I'm walking to work and back and forth. Now I shouldn't complain because now it's now the sidewalks are great. The crosswalks are great. It's great. I mean, I'm living 20 minutes from work, and it's a great way to get to work. I mean, so it gives me fit, and so I mean, I love it. You can ask her in the back microphone.
I actually have another question. Don't let me just hog all the questions. I'm sure there's more.